Good morning. This is Jeffrey Mangus with Ghostwriting USA. Hope everyone is doing great out there. I really want to thank everybody for the support of our channel here, my YouTube channel. I'm really grateful for the support of the Ghostwriting USA podcast, which is now on Apple Podcasts. We're very excited that we're reaching out and getting it out to the world. So really thank you. And if you're tuning in today, I want to talk about just real quick what my channel is all about. My channel is about ghostwriting, and if you're out there with a book idea, my goal here is to help you better educate you on the ghostwriting process, on what we do, so to take the mystery out of it. So if you decide to hire a ghostwriter to write your book or your blog series or your ebook projects or your web page, that's what we are here for, and how to help you better understand the processes of hiring a ghostwriter. My channel is not a sales pitch or anything like that. And if anyone is tuned in the past can verify that yes, I talk about my services, and yes, I talk about how I treat clients, but I'm here to help you make the best decision that you can make with your situation in your book, or what you want to do with your business and books. So with that said, I want to jump in today. I want to talk about the actual first beginning processes of hiring a ghostwriter and what to kind of expect when you're first getting involved with a ghostwriter to write your book. So today I'm going to assume that you have a book idea already, that you have a business, and that you are realizing that you need a book to either supplement your income, to create some passive income or residual income, or to build your brand. That's smart thinking. That's exactly, those are all great reasons to write a book and tell your story and promote your services and your expertise, kind of show off a little bit. But one of the first processes, number one, is to, first off, it's not always about price. Of course, price is a factor, depending on your budget and where you are financially. But one of the biggest aspects is relationships. How you get along with a certain person or a ghostwriter. When you first talk to someone, and that's the initial step, is to reach out and interview ghostwriters, talk to them. Ask them, questions, basically, how is the process going to go? How do you write in my tone, in my style? How do you tell my story? What is your processes? These are all things, but you're feeling them out. You are getting to know them, and they're getting to know you as well. It's kind of a, semantic thing where, as a ghostwriter, you have to get along with your client as well, because we are working with you for quite a while on your book. A book takes anywhere from, could take anywhere from 3 to 6 months to accomplish, to finish, because it just takes time to write it, and then the revisions, and then the editing, and the copy editing. All this it just takes time. So you are working with that person pretty closely. There are meetings, weekly meetings, bi-weekly meetings. These are things you want to know about, how your ghostwriter works in the process. Does your ghostwriter require you to come to their office, or do you require the ghostwriter to come to you, or do you require the ghostwriter to meet you online, or do you prefer phone call conversations? You'd rather not meet in person online, you'd rather talk on the phone. These are all things that you want to find out about at the onset on how a ghostwriter works and how they do things. Me personally, I like to interview. I do a free book consult interview with the author. There's no time limit on that. We talk because I'm getting to know you, and I want you to get to know me, because our personalities must gel. I mean, we're not getting married, but I'm saying, we must get along. You must feel good and comfortable and have a trusting relationship, because we're going to be working so closely, and and sharing confidential information between the two of us. There has to be a trust as well, plus being able to understand how we work. So in that meeting, I lay out how I work and how I do things, with my authors. And one of the first steps I do is, again, talk to the author, define a book goal, really dig deep and find the target audience and discuss what your plans are with you and your book and what you plan to do with it, which helps me understand where you're coming from to write the actual manuscript and what direction to go. This also helps me help you develop title ideas, subtitle ideas, and then later on, let's just say that you decide to work with me, or you decide to work with another ghostwriter, you're working with a ghostwriter, and the next step would be the decision to work together, and you put it in writing. And this is called a statement of work. Basically, I would draw up what I call a statement of work, and with all of the terms outlined that we had agreed to verbally, and put it in writing. And that way, all the terms, including financial terms, payment plans, goals, the book, the title, all of it's laid out, and how it will be delivered. I call it deliverables, on how, on timelines, what are the expectations of each person, me and you as a client, what are we expected to do to accomplish the goal of having a book written and having it done. That's called a statement of work. So that's what a ghostwriter, if you're interviewing ghostwriters, you can expect that. And then if you do require what's called a non-disclosure agreement, that's totally fine. I completely have a non-disclosure agreement for my company. I'll be glad to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Any good ghostwriter out there would agree to sign to a non-disclosure agreement, because it's your story, your book. We have no rights to that, and you want to have, again, a trusting relationship, and to understand that your information is held in confidence. It's confidential, and with me, it's confidential for life. I'm very, very strict about my clients' private issues and private information. That never leaves my office or mind or mouth or desk. So that is something that you want to interview with your ghostwriter, get to feel them, get to know them, get to understand them, and then decide upon the terms, talk about what you want, how you want to proceed with the book, decide on payment terms, decide on the finances, how is it going to be delivered by you to the ghostwriter. Is it going to be a royalty deal or a share? Whatever works out for you and the ghostwriter, that's between you and them. But those terms, should be laid out in writing, flat out, so there's no misunderstanding, and both of you sign that statement of work, period. So that is the first step. And then with me, with my clients, once I have a statement of work, everything is signed, the down payment is made, finances are in place, I begin, we sit down with the author again, and then we start drafting out the actual outline of the book. This is where we have another meeting. We brainstorm on chapter ideas, chapter titles, the subtitles, and because the title and the subtitle of the book is the heart and soul of the book. It's crucial. If you don't have a catchy title and a subtitle that's going to drive traffic to your book, the book is not going to do so well. So it's really important to have those brainstorming sessions to begin. An outline for me is a map. It's a detailed map of where we're going to go with the book and how it's going to be done. The one thing I explain to authors too is the initial outline and draft of chapters and those kind of things are not set in stone. As the book goes along, as things progress, things change, ideas come. That's to be expected, but you at least got to have a map that's going to take you down the main road before you can veer off onto some other detours. You have to do that. It's important. It's crucial to your book's success to start out with that. So those initial meetings are had, and once we agree upon the actual outline and the chapters and all of that semantics of the book, and then I begin writing what I call the first draft or the first chapter. Now, how I work as a ghostwriter, I like to go chapter by chapter. I like to work on that chapter, send it over to you as the author for revisions. You send it back. We chisel it, work on it, mold it till it's exactly the way you want it. Then we move on to the next chapter. That, for me, that's the method that makes the most sense. It's less confusing. You're not getting confused. We're not getting confused. Information's not getting confused. It's just a smart play for me. Now I do know ghostwriters that write the whole book and then edit the whole thing, and the author, and it kind of takes longer. And I've heard of some nightmare messes that can happen that way if the ghostwriter or you are not organized in some manner. Some things can get lost in translation. Things can get confused. It just takes a longer, tedious process. But it's how you like to work. If you're interviewing ghostwriters and that's the way the ghostwriter likes to work, and you're comfortable with that situation, then go for it. It's your decision. I'm just giving you some ideas and thoughts today on what to look for, to expect, from other ghostwriters. And if you were to hire me, this is what you would get from me as a ghostwriter, these type of processes and systems that I put into place to help to make your book writing experience a great one, a comfortable one. I want it to be, something that's fun for you. You want it to be exciting. You don't want it to be drudgery or you're miserable or you're confused and you're angry, you get frustrated. That's not the way it should be. A book writing process should be, a fun, exhilarating time. You're getting your story out to the world. And as a ghostwriter, I ensure that happens. That's what I try to do at my most best, is to make you comfortable, to make you feel good about what's going on, and plus keep you informed, and it's open and transparent on what's going on with me on my end, so you know what's going on with your book, and you know where we are in each stage and each phase. So, but I hope you are out there, and if you have a book idea, if you would like to talk to me about writing your book, or I do ebooks, I do blog series, I do web pages, and even book proposals. I do those as well. I've been writing quite a few of those. Video scripts, whatever that is. If you have a need for that, please get in touch with me. There's no sales pitch. I do not pressure you in any way. I don't do business that way. But you can reach out to me at ghostwritingusa.com, or you can write me and email me with any questions you have, or if you'd like to set up a time to at least talk to me about your book idea, you can write me at ghostwriterusa and the number 1 at gmail.com, and I would love to talk to you about that. I hope you've enjoyed today's show. Hope you found it helpful. And if you're out there and you have a book idea and you're talking to ghostwriters, I encourage you to talk to as many as possible to find the one that fits you and fits your personality. So I wish you all the best, and just keep on searching, keep on driving, and I wish you all the best in your business and your book endeavors. Thanks so much, guys.